This MIDI pedal can level up your synths.
Freebeat.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Today's patron shoutout goes to Mark St. Jacques. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. This is the Morningstar MC6 Pro. It is an extremely powerful MIDI controller with sturdy build quality, a large variety of I/O, and a computer-based editor that offers almost endless amounts of depth, all while being pretty digestible for the average user. It's also fairly reasonably priced at just $349 US. While this pedal is most commonly used by guitarists and bassists, today I'm going to show you two ways that it can seriously level up your synthesizers. Real quick, a few months ago, I did actually reach out to Morningstar about checking out one of these pedals, but before they could respond, I booked a gig, so I just went ahead and bought this pedal with my own money for my live rig, as I needed it ASAP. However, after the gig, Morningstar finally responded, and they offered to reimburse me for the pedal if I went ahead and made the videos that I was already planning on making. So, yeah, sort of an interesting situation, but just wanted to disclose that. Let's get on to the video. As I stated earlier, the MC6 Pro is extremely powerful. Each button can send up to 32 MIDI messages at once, ranging from note on and off to CC changes to program changes to MMC to many others, and it sends it over 5-pin, 3.5mm on the side here, and it can even act as a USB MIDI host. So if you're already super familiar with MIDI, this pedal can be a huge asset to just about any synth setup, from the simplest to the most complex and extreme. But today, I'm going to show off a couple of practical examples on the simpler side, using the Korg Volca Keys as my synth. The first example I'm going to show off is how you can create, store, and recall presets for synths that normally don't have the ability to have custom patches or presets. The Volca Keys here is an affordable analog synth, but it does not have the ability to store or recall patches. It does, however, accept MIDI CC to control most of its onboard parameters. This is where the MC6 Pro comes in. Since you can send up to 32 MIDI messages at once with just a single pedal, you can assign MIDI CC messages to change the parameters of the synth all at once, and then recall them with a simple pedal press on the MC6 Pro. You can even name them and change the color of the text and the background to whatever you like. As you can see, I've got my my preset name here, as it were, my device name, Volca Keys, and then I have delayed lead, growly fifths, and ghostly square. It's really that simple. And what's more, while there are only 6 pedals on the MC6 Pro, you can actually store up to 24 different assignments per preset on the MC6 Pro itself, and there are 128 of those, so you technically have up to 3,072 different assignments to store. Also, while I have been using the computer editor for some of this demonstration, this pedal does not require one to operate. You can simply save your settings in the editor, and then everything is stored in the pedal itself. For all the demos here at the Volca Keys, I'm just powering the MC6 Pro with this power bank, and the only other cable is this 5-pin MIDI cable that's going right into the Volca Keys. That's it. So there's the 3 patches I've come up with for this demonstration. I was able to make these simply by looking up the MIDI CC implementation chart for the Volca Keys and then assigning the proper values in the MC6 Pro's computer-based editor, using trial and error to dial in the exact number that I wanted for each parameter. As you can hear, the parameters switch instantly, and just like that, my Korg Volca Keys now has recallable patches. The second example of the MC6 Pro enhancing your synths is by using its CC Waveform generator. This is essentially an LFO that you can assign to any MIDI CC controllable parameter that you'd like. There are actually 8 available slots for CC waveforms. You simply select the waveform type, as well as the minimum and maximum CC values that you'd like to transmit, and then everything else is set up from the individual assignment itself, meaning you can get a lot out of those 8 engines. We'll keep using the Volca Keys for this demo. The Volca Keys has one LFO that can be assigned to both the pitch of the oscillators as well as the cutoff of the filter. But with the MC6 Pro, we can modulate any of the other parameters as well. Let's pick detune. Let's set up the waveform generator. For this demo, I'll choose waveform slot 8. I want a sine wave, and I want to modulate between the values of 0 and 30. This should give us enough detune to sound huge without starting to sound off. Now back to our pedal assignment. I want to press this pedal to engage the CC waveform generator. We'll then pick our engine, in this case number 8. We can choose to trigger the waveform only once or perpetually. We can also sync the waveform to an incoming MIDI clock. In this case we have none, so we'll skip that. And then we can also adjust the cycles per minute as well as the speed multiplier. Finally, we'll insert the proper CC value for detune on the Volca Keys. If we look at the MIDI implementation chart from Korg, we'll see that it's 42. Then we'll pick MIDI channel 15, which is the channel that I have the Volca Keys set to. Hit save to send the information to the pedal, and let's go try it out. And remember, you can modulate any parameter that has a corresponding MIDI CC value on any synth, groovebox, drum machine, etc. These modulations can even be part of the patches that I showed off in the first part of this video. So there you have it. 2 ways that the Morningstar MC6 Pro can level up your synths. I do hope that you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.